last 3 years for me has easily been the toughest time I've ever had to go through in my life. Oh my God, it's just come off. 2021 World's Strongest Man, I ruptured my left distal bicep tendon. December 2021, I had knee surgery. My knees are just getting to the point where they're just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. My patellocondral cartilage was all destroyed. I had surgery for my left distal bicep tendon again around March, April time 2022. And then February 2023, I had my lat tendon, my humeral tendon, reattached. So yeah, I went from having no injuries to having 4 in the last kind of 2 years. Going down as one of the best to ever do it, that's what I want to do in my life. Achieving what I want to achieve, which is ultimately winning World's Strongest Man a few times. I've left myself no other option, no plan B, it's plan A, and I'm going for it.
The big question is, with Richardson having a 6-point lead, having the deadlift first, you ain't seen nothing yet until you've seen this kid, Luke Richardson. And we literally haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, I mean, to win the 40th Europe Strongest Man would be brilliant. It's my 4th ever strongman competition.
And Luke takes the lead. Richardson is 0-5.
Luke Richardson is 2020 Europe's Strongest Man.
I won all those things and I felt absolutely no fulfillment or joy from it whatsoever, which to me really is kind of the ultimate failure, isn't it? You know, considering that I'd done things that a lot of people could only dream to do and I didn't care at all because I was just constantly looking to the next thing that I could do or the next thing that I could achieve and just constantly, you know, been hungry, which I don't think is a bad thing. I'm a very, very hyper ambitious, hyper competitive individual.
So Luke Richardson came into Strongman after being a Junior IPF World Champion and European Champion. So he had a great, well, the best probably core strength base that I've ever seen. Probably since the days of like Sir Junior Savickas, who was also an IPF World Champion. So he came in with such core strength. He qualified for World's Strongest Man through official Strongman Games, won that fairly easily. His first World's Strongest Man got to the final and performed really well. Unfortunately, sort of since then, he's been plagued with injury.
I think the cause of all the injuries fundamentally was me just constantly trying to do more in the name of, you know, it was in good spirit and it was good. It was through good intention. You know, I don't think anything's given; it's always earned. But the problem is that, you know, I'm not a robot and I'm not immortal, even though I once thought I was. So I think just constantly thinking that more is better and that attitude to everything was probably the thing that led me to just systematically dismantle my entire tendon structure. If I said how I was doing probably 4 weeks ago, I'd have probably given you quite a bad answer. I probably said I feel like shit and I don't even know if I'm going to make it. I've just been really struggling with little annoying injuries, getting a bit out of hand. Luckily, I'm somewhat coming out the other side of that now, just in time, fortunately. And now I just sort of want to get out there and get it done and get it out of the way, and I look forward to, you know, another really busy competitive year in Strongman, my second year, so looking forward to it.
More than just a few muscle fibres. I think we might have popped a tendon there, which is, that's probably where he did it. When you're really extending and then it gets pulled away from you, it doesn't take much for it to actually cause damage.
Richardson withdraws.
Not a happy face, I'm afraid.
Obviously, I had my second bicep surgery about 5 months ago now. That's starting to pick up. I wouldn't say nicely, it's starting to pick up. Still alive, still kicking, still getting on with it, and hi, welcome.
What do you think you've learnt about yourself in the last year or two?
I had this idea that I needed to aim for GOAT status or to win some gold trophies. It made me feel like I was doing good with my life, I guess, not just wasting it. I've accepted now that I can be present and I can be grateful and I can be thankful. I always used to think that you always have to be forward thinking, otherwise you stagnate and you don't move forward. How can I be forward thinking when I can't even walk? Or my arm's in a sling for fucking 6 weeks and I can't bend it? I'm not thinking about being a GOAT then, I'm thinking about having a normal fucking arm. One of my take-home lessons is don't let my own ego get the better of me, that I literally physically destroy my body to try and win a gold trophy that now I literally don't give a fuck about them anymore. Don't get me wrong, I'm proud of them. I worked very hard for them, and it's shown that I'm very capable of attaining something that's really challenging to attain. My whole self-esteem was in a load of trophies, whereas now it's more important to me to being what I consider a good man and enjoying the people around me who enjoy me for something a bit more deeper than just being able to fucking deadlift. But then when I walk out the gym door, I'm Luke. I'm not the future or fucking alter ego or something like that bullshit, you know what I mean? It is complicated.
His up-and-coming show is England's Strongest Man, which is a qualifier for Britain's Strongest Man. Very important show for Luke. It's not got all the huge world champions in, but it's got the best in England. Obviously he wants to get his place in a Giants Live, and then he can qualify for World's Strongest Man. So there's a lot riding on this for Luke. And I think the other thing is people are expecting him to win this show, which is a lot of pressure. With having these injuries, obviously he needs to find his feet again. He might be a bit ring rusty. So I think there's a lot of pressure on Luke, but I think he needs that pressure on him to be able to perform.
Hello everyone, we're here at Absolute Fitness in Boroughbridge, home of Giants Live. Got England's Strongest Man coming up in about 3 weeks. It means a lot to me to come back after 3 years and be more of an athlete than I was when I left, especially considering that I shouldn't be. You shouldn't have 4 surgeries and go through all this stuff and come back and be better than you were. That's not really how it works, but that's what I plan to do. In terms of a strongman, this is absolutely the best at strongman I have ever been, ever. I think I'm going to win. I think I'm going to win pretty convincingly. And I think that would have been the case regardless of who was there.
What's it like seeing Luke back?
Excellent. Long time coming. I was here when he got injured, and let's just say he's a lot different now than he was then. So exciting. Now, if he stays fit, well, I think he'll take some beating. He can just grow, build on his prior successes, I think.
The log is 65, and I've just made 20 kilo jumps. It's now 145. So, yeah. I like to get warm on like empty log and then maybe do a couple of warm-ups on like 85 where you've got to pay a bit more attention to positions, and maybe 105 as well. But once I feel like in the groove and I'm warm, there's no point warming up anymore. I just feel like it's a waste of time and energy, to be honest. So if it feels groovy, then you just go for it, don't you?
Exactly.
Giants Live, baby. Do not miss this. You do not want to miss this. Myself and all these other great English athletes are coming to put on a show for you. Go to Official Strongman now, sign up, watch the live stream. We'll see you there.